If I told you that today I'm going to unlock your mind, would you believe me? That's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to invest my maximum energy, give my best, and challenge your beliefs. But for this to work, I need you to make room in your mind and your heart. And the first thing you need to do is simple. Get two things out of your head right now. Do you know what they are? Greed and uncontrolled ambition. You might be wondering, why should I let go of ambition? Isn't it what drives us forward? Let me explain. Uncontrolled ambition makes you trade the legitimate time you have with people for achievements that, deep down, don't fulfill you. Imagine someone saying, I'm going to build a wonderful house for my family, but to do that I'll stay away from my kids for years. And do you know what happens after that person buys the house? The kids grow up, move to another city, and that lost time never comes back. Ambition alone won't help you fulfill your purpose. What you need is a clear vision, something greater that goes beyond material achievements. And greed is even more dangerous. It's when you trade everything for money. You trade people, moments, and relationships for something that is often fleeting. Let me give you an example. Many people here should, for a few years, rent a home close to work so they can spend more time with their families. After all, everything we build is for them, for the spouse, for the kids. But do you know what happens? We've been misled. We constantly ask, does this degree make money? Is this job profitable? And we follow a path that isn't always ours. Now let me ask you, do you want the same results your parents had? Honoring father and mother is a commandment, yes. But honoring doesn't mean obeying everything they say or imitating their choices. Honoring is accepting who they are, and, from there, growing beyond what they could. Repeat after me. Honoring is accepting. Now let me tell you a story that perfectly illustrates what I'm talking about. In a rally championship, I was the driver and my co-driver James was beside me. Everything was going fine until a tire went flat. The problem? Our team hadn't left a spare jack or an extra wrench. James, one of the toughest guys I know, looked at me in despair and asked, "What are we going to do? There's no way to change this tire." I looked at him and said, "We're going to reverse the car, hang it so the tire is off the ground, and find a way to get the tire off, no matter how we're going to solve this." He was shocked by my response, and I added, "My mindset is on a trillion level. A flat tire, the lack of a jack, and a missing bolt won't stop me." I searched the entire car for something that could be used. And guess what? I found a small jack that seemed useless at first. I used what I had, adjusted it, forced it, tested it, and we managed to change the tire. This is the essence of a wealth mindset. It's knowing that even in scarcity there's a solution. When you don't have all the resources, you create new paths. That's why the greatest people in the world aren't tested by their resumes, but by their ability to solve absurd problems with what they have at hand. So let me ask you, when something is missing, what do? Do you freeze or look for solutions? Because in the end, the difference between those who win and those who give up is the ability to act, even when the resources aren't there. Let me tell you an incredible story about a wealthy mindset. Did you know that Airbnb, now worth billions, was once on the brink of bankruptcy? They had no cash in hand, and a major company evaluated their business but decided not to invest. However, before leaving, the founders handed over something unusual, a box of cereal customized with their logo. The investor looked at it and asked, "What does cereal have to do with hospitality?" And they replied, "We're out of cash, but we believe in this business so much that we're creating anything we can to generate revenue." The investor was so impressed that he changed his mind. He realized that people with this mindset, who are willing to do whatever it takes to keep their vision alive, are worth betting on. And that's how Airbnb got the check they needed. What does this teach us? That wealth isn't just about money. It's about believing in your purpose to the point of creating unexpected solutions. It's about putting your mind to work, even when resources are scarce. Now, listen to me carefully. A wealthy mindset doesn't depend on what you have, but on what you do with what you have. Sometimes you look around and think, "I can't do it." But for someone with a wealthy mindset, that phrase doesn't exist. Instead, you need to test. Replace the idea of trying with testing. Let me repeat. Those who try don't succeed. Those who test make progress. Let me explain. Trying is just a rehearsal, a promise of action without real commitment. Testing is different. It's putting something into practice, gathering data, adjusting, learning, and moving forward. Think of a helicopter pilot. Do you think they can say, "I'm going to try to fly over that hill"? Absolutely not. They test, calculate, and make informed decisions. That's what I want you to understand. Words carry weight. The idea of trying has become synonymous with an excuse not to act. It's like a rehearsal that never makes it to the main stage. But if you replace trying with testing, you'll see the difference in your life. The first step to unlocking your wealthy mindset is swapping trying for testing. So say it out loud with me. I will test. Now, let's talk about losing.